Hey everyone, I'm running Adobe Premiere CS5 version 5.0.2, which is the latest update as of November 18, 2010. Experiencing some audio difficulties here with the synchronizing of the audio to the video. Everything looks great inside of Premiere. Once I send it out to export, whether it be an H2 or H264 or a QuickTime Media player or even a Windows Media, or just pretty much any of my export settings, all of my audio seems to be skipping around with relation to the video. This particular clip needs to be dead on, as there are a lot of clips here that are synchronized, a lot of cuts I should say, that are synchronized directly to the music. As you can see in the very opening scene here, this is a work in progress. I should make that disclaimer. So, no coloring or anything like that's been done. And some of the opening parts aren't quite done yet. But the beats, the placeholders for those beats are represented here in the cuts, as you can see from this opening clip. Right here is your very first beat, your big beat, and your big cut. Here's your second big beat, octave change, and your next big cut. Those things are dead on right now. The scene progresses a little bit. Kids are making their beds and doing some different things, getting out of bed, all that kind of stuff. Got some plugins that still need to be registered on this computer here. Nothing's real critical as far as beats go here in the middle until we get right about into the a little past the middle here. We've got one beat that happens in this scene that is pretty critical, that the cut and the beat are synchronized here. And I'll just play that back. As the drawer closes, it picks up another beat, and it has a little kid jumping off of the bed, synchronized also to the music. So the synchronization of the video with the audio in this particular clip are pretty important, especially in this segment right here. All right, so I don't know if you caught that or not. A pretty important little cut here, just maybe subconsciously more than anything else. You got it twice. The drawer being closed on one big beat. You can see the beat right there. Drawer being closed, and the other one with him kind of flying off of the bed right at about the other beat. So you got your first two at the beginning here. You got two in the middle, and then right at the end. Then here right at the end, we've got quite a bit of synchronized cuts that are pretty critical. We want to make sure that these are pretty much dead on. We get to the end of the project, and the kids are getting ready to go outside with their parents and putting on their boots and that kind of stuff, synchronized exactly with these cuts right here, with these beat notes on the waveform. All right, so if you saw that, you got your cuts taking place exactly on the beats. Zippers even going up with the beat. Everything's just perfectly synchronized with the sound. You got these, I don't know what the 6, 7, 8 cuts, and then right in the middle here, you even have this little girl jumping up and down, synchronized to the music as well. So this whole thing took a lot of time to just make sure that it's fine-tuned. You got, it's pretty much almost frame perfect, if you can ever achieve that. And especially even with the hopping here, since it had to be time remapped a little bit to make sure that the hop worked in sync with the music. And then you get to the very end, the very last percussion or whatever that sound is, taking place with as the door is being pulled shut, dead on. Now let's just watch that scene one more time in Adobe Premiere before we export it. All right, so pretty much dead on. If you want to see the whole scene, if you don't, I'm going to go ahead and play it. Skip ahead 40 seconds if you don't care. We're going to render out right after this. But here is the entire scene all put together as it looks in Adobe Premiere. We might run into a couple hiccups right here. because of the plugins that aren't registered at this point. Actually, I'll just go ahead and turn them off, get it out of the way so it doesn't slow us down. All right, so we went ahead and removed the plugins that might slow us down. Here's a quick playback of what it looks like in Adobe Premiere. It looks like everything's pretty much dead on until we hit the export button. So as you can see, those cuts are pretty important. We want to make sure that we hit those cuts exactly. You know, there's no real wiggle room in that because you got those hard notes and hard cuts. So let's go ahead and export our project. We're going to come up to Export Media, and I'm just going to go ahead and just pick the H.264 export preset. I'm going to go ahead and leave my basic video settings the same, 1920 by 1080. Most of this footage was shot, the oranger scenes that need to be color corrected are on a Canon 7D. The other ones that are underexposed are on the Sony EX1R. So we kind of got to go both directions on this. But for the sake of just showing what the synchronize does with the audio, let's go ahead and export this now.